Good evening, my powerful MBP family. This is the girl Miss Bev with yet another video. This morning I got up with the intention of doing a video I keep praying for the undocumented in America right now, because I know it's a stressful time for everybody involved. Those who are planning to, who they don't know what to do. But I sat and I made some notes, and I keep thinking, and I wasn't going to do a video because I see where some people are thinking that, everybody is becoming a lawyer and, this and that and all the rest of the foolishness. But I still went ahead. And this is for those who need it. Guys, as I said, I don't know everything. Some things are just common sense situations that I would sit and think of, and some of it is what I've heard from people. Some of it you read about it, or you know it firsthand. None of us are perfect, and opportunities are opportunities. And so I'm not knocking anybody down. I'm not going to criticize anyone. You left because you know why. As I said, nobody runs from good. If everything is good where people are, they don't need to leave and looking for better. And so I receive a video clip again this evening that I want to share after you hear my voice. So when I finish speaking, you're going to hear of a scenario that took place this morning. And, is it yesterday? But it took place in Florida. So one of the things, guys, as I said, right now, it's not easy. Going through the realities of being undocumented in the U.S., it is right now confusing, it is stressful, and I pray for all of you going through it. The decision of whether to leave or to risk deportation, it is not straightforward. Some of you want to take the opportunity to stay, to keep hiding until this passes. We don't know when it's going to blow over. We don't know. So it's essential to weigh all your potential risk and your opportunities and the consequences as well. Weigh it all. Because as I said before, I remembered when they started squeezing employers, 10,000 if you employ anyone who is illegal. They used to come around and audit. I remembered when I was going to college and I was doing home health care, and the agency for a minute was afraid to hire illegal, because those are the agencies who people might get a chance to get a job with. And they had to lay low because they were coming around unexpectedly to audit, to make sure that every person who is getting a check from the agency has the right paperwork on file. So these are risk, the risk and the opportunities, and then we have to think of the consequences. So now I'm going to talk about some reasons to consider leaving the U.S. voluntarily. I said it before, come home. This is your home. Nobody can turn you back. Come home. If you have a little something that you can come and buy your bread, come home with it. Don't get deported, because when you get deported, you won't be able to get that little something where you have there tied up, not up for rainy day. So come home. So if you consider coming home, the first thing is that you're going to avoid deportation and the long-term consequences, right? Voluntary departure could minimize legal penalties, such as a bar from re-entering the United States. With this president, who knows what he's going to put in place if you become deported. So they might bar you from re-entering for a whole long time. Deportation can also trigger up to 10 years. They can ban you from their country if they kick you out, if they had to transport you out of their country. Another thing is leaving voluntarily may demonstrate compliance and respect for the U.S. laws, potentially making it easier to enter legally in the future. The next thing is to stay away from immigration enforcement. The risk of detention or deportation increases significantly as immigration enforcement continues to prioritize undocumented individuals. Right now we know it's high, high alert, right? They're targeting. Leaving before enforcement actions are taken can help avoid traumatic or dangerous encounters with authorities. We know that they're out there, they don't care, they have gotten the go ahead to do what they want to do, and we don't know what can happen in the process. Sometimes the wrong word spoken, maybe you say something and they mistakenly take it. Because don't think that everybody out there enforcing the law are people who are sympathetic. There's no sympathy. A lot of them are chanting, kick them out, So a lot of these people are happy to do what they need to do because they weren't happy as it is with us being there undocumented. The next thing, you can come home and you can reconnect with your family, find legal work, or access social services, hopefully, that are often not available in the U.S. to undocumented people. So if you were working in Jamaica, you might have some NHT benefits, you might have some NHIS, is it NHIS? I don't know, the other benefits for old age. A lot of countries, I don't know for Jamaica, but I think Jamaica has some things in place with the, what was the name of them? I mentioned them. It's a humanitarian set of people who have some things in place to help those who are returning. And eventually you can apply for re-entry into the country legally. Maybe you have children up there who already will be able to file for you. I don't know, but you might be able to re-enter. Eventually. And there might be amnesty or other opportunities in the future that allow for entry to the United States without the burden of prior immigration violations. So those are some of the reasons why you should really think of, it's up to you, you have to make that decision, but understanding the risk that you're taking. If you decide not to leave, the future of immigration laws in the U.S. is unpredictable. Leaving may feel like abandoning opportunities for betterment, especially if one's home country faces instability or lack of opportunities. That's all I can say. Some undocumented individuals may face danger, economic hardships, or persecution upon return to their home country, particularly if they have been away for many years. So when you get deported, the embarrassment of coming back, if you didn't leave on good terms with people, it's going to be hard. But understand, if they catch you and you have no choice but to come, and then you're going to face the humility, the things that will be faced with people, the stigma of deportation. But people, you should feel proud to come back home to your country. It's your country. But I don't like when you do the things and then you get the bangle on your hand, and then you have to go through the things that you have to go through, them detaining you, and then hustle you in a vehicle. You're not treated with respect because they see you as common criminals. So, again, a lot of you went and maybe you worked, and you did work, but you didn't put your money to good use. And so now to come back, you feel like you have no future, So the process of re-entering could be more difficult after being deported. Immigration bars, fines, and restrictions could limit one's ability to return in the future, especially if they have been deported more than once. The possibility of rebuilding one's own life outside the U.S. may feel daunting, especially if the person has deep family, social, and economic ties within America. But some of you coming home may qualify for certain protection like asylum or DACA or other relief programs. If you stay, they might be able to seek help through legal avenue. But remember that a lot of agencies were closed just closed. Boom, boom, boom. Nobody funding those things anymore. So again, you have to make sure that you are listening, you're reading, you're watching the news, not all of the news with the heap of, clickbaits to have you watch them, and the heap of assumptions and saying these things that sound good, but there's no logics to it, no nothing to it. They're just saying, because we have listened to so many things that happened before, and everybody thought, yes, now they got him now, they're gonna lock him up now. Oh, I'm having, and at the end of the day, it was just smoke. It was just smoke, and the president has gone through so much and comes out like. So let us not underestimate what's going on, guys. Let us not underestimate. We don't know what drastic measures he and his people will take as the process continues. So again, there's some legal professionals, but what they're doing now is calling people for interviews, and when people show up for the interview, ICE is there ready to take you in. So all of these things, you have to be careful. Use your common sense. If they never call you all this time, why are they just all of a sudden calling you? So just remember that until you have the green card in your hand, don't think, no, well, I have an appointment coming up. If you're undocumented and you show up for an appointment, you didn't get the green card yet, so it means that you are still a fugitive. You're not a fugitive running from the law, but you're still breaking their law, and they will take you in. So people showed up. One lady showed up, and when she went there, they grabbed her. She's there arguing now because, I went for the interview. I was supposed to go. They were there because we don't know how many people they're paying, we don't know. We don't know which agencies are on board. I am sure all of them that you'd have to go do your interview with or for, all of them are on board. So this is not the time for you to feel safe and say, yeah, I'm married and my husband. Be careful. Because they're out there watching, they're out there making sure that all who needs to be on board is on board. Many undocumented people have built strong support system in the U.S., including friends, family, or their active or activist organizations, and some of them can offer significant emotional and practical support in case of legal troubles. In some cases, staying in the U.S. might also offer access to local advocacy and sanctuary policies that protect undocumented individuals from immediate deportation. One of the things I didn't hear them talk about is Connecticut. I didn't hear them mention it. I know Miami, I know New York, and some other places, but they didn't mention Connecticut or Massachusetts. I don't know if there's something going on that, but they haven't mentioned those yet. So I know Connecticut was a safe place for them, for people to come, and so I don't know, because I know they were barking after those people who were taking them in. They were cutting fundings. They were doing a lot of things to make sure people are not harboring the undocumented people. So we have to weigh the situations carefully. Consider the well-being of your family and the future you want to build. How does your decision will affect them? And do you want to stay in the U.S. for educational or professional reasons, or is it safer to leave? You have to determine which is best for you. A decision of personal circumstance, there's no one size fits all, as I keep saying. Answer to understanding, should I leave, should I stay? Everybody's situation is different, as I said, and weighing both potential risk and rewards of each option, leaving voluntarily or staying and facing possible deportation, requires careful consideration. The decision is yours. You have to sit, and as I said, for those of you who are praying people, pray to God for guidance. Lean not unto your own understanding. For those of you who don't pray and you think you got this and you can do it on your own, start praying. Start praying and ask God to guide and ask God to, and seriously, don't just do it now and then when things work out, you change your mind, but just include God, and so that, whatever the outcome, you can feel at peace with your soul. You won't feel depressed, you won't feel, but you can simply say that this is God's doing and it is well. So, again, you have to think about this. Consider for your safety, your future goals, and legal standing. If you can, seek advice from immigration experts to help guide you through the process and understand your options. I say that very, because again, everybody is looking for money. People didn't go to college and grad school and with JD and get their JD license or what have you, then just to come give away the services. People will now, everybody will use your situation for gain. They will come to tell you, yeah, we can help you. And in the long run, they can do a darn thing. Because again, I said, you're going to have to go do an interview. If they're going to say, yeah, we put your paper in, come in with X amount of thousands of dollars and bring this, bring that. At the end of the day, when ICE knocks, they can't do anything for you. You pay all that money for no reason. So that's what I'm saying. The monies you're going to waste and to do for something that's uncertain, then please think about what would make sense. I know Jamaica is tough, but Jamaica, it's what it is. It's a tough sell. Some of you prefer stay there and go through the changes. But just know that they're out and they're busy, and many have been, everybody, the whole process is all hands on deck. All hands on deck. So lawyers might tell you, yeah, we can do this, man. We can do this. As I said, the guy was talking about, the girl, she's American, and I know within 6 months I can. Who is gonna get which interview you're gonna do and get a green card in 6 months and when they're looking for you, people like you to send you home? If you make one here and that girl's head hurt, she calls them up and you gone just like that. Because that's what people do. People will tell you, come. And within a week, people start showing you their bad faces. Because you get stuck, you can't go work. You can't do nothing. You just sit in people's homes and they come home. When you come Sunday night, everybody happy, everybody fine. You eat dinner, you feel good. They go to work Monday morning and they come back and them face not look so good because you sit under them house all day. Tuesday, it will get worse. So it's a tough sell. But I'm going to let you listen to the video clip that attaches to this. And this was a woman who probably was leaving, trying to escape from one place to the other, didn't go on a plane because they're watching on the plane. They're on the planes, they're asking for IDs, they're asking for things. And they're on the buses, they're on the trains, they're wherever they can be because everybody wants to be the superstar to say, yeah, our group took down 10,000 of them. So just be wise, and I can only advocate, just say to you, pray. If you never prayed before, pray now. Shut your mouth, don't talk too much. Shut your mouth. Too many of us, and so we're not talking about God's goodness to us or encouraging people. We just brag too much about stuff. You meet people, you don't know them. Boy, I'm not even straight about me just now. And you feel comfortable to share things that you shouldn't share. You get a job and you're on the job. Nobody needs to know that you're not legal. You go in, do your work, save up your money and cut out, do what you need to do. Because as I said, as the people is not your enemy who hurts you, are the people who eat and drink with you, the same ones who, boy, when you're doing for them happy and them, Lord, boy. And then when things change, see them, or when things change, or whenever you start draw back, then all of a sudden you see exactly, and you listen to their conversation, and you listen, because I always say 2 ears to listen, 2 eyes to observe, and 1 mouth to just shut it and go on. You know. And so I'm just praying and hoping for all of you. So I didn't want to do a video today, but I end up doing a video. But I want you not just to just listen to my voice and say enough already, but I want you to listen to the video that follows now.
Immigration officers pulling a passenger off a bus, and now some are fired up after seeing this video. The woman facing deportation after being unable to show proof of citizenship.
This all unfolding on a Greyhound bus heading to Miami, and 7's Katrina Bush is live at the Greyhound station in Fort Lauderdale with more. Katrina, good morning.
Good morning. Well, yeah, so this started with the bus driver getting onto the bus, letting folks know that security would be boarding shortly. However, it was not security, and what happened next was caught on cell phone camera.
This is yours.
Border Patrol agents on board a Greyhound bus, grabbing the suitcase of a passenger after she refused to show them proof of citizenship. Passengers watching the scene play out, wondering why documents would even be asked for on a local bus route. The immigration raid happening Friday at the Greyhound bus terminal in downtown Fort Lauderdale near Federal Highway. The bus en route to Miami from Orlando. According to officials, the woman of Caribbean descent overstayed her tourist visa. She was turned over to ICE agents and will be deported.
The Border Patrol agents approached a black woman who had an accent when she spoke English. She was the person that was singled out. She was asked for documentation, and then she was asked to leave the bus with her belongings.
U.S. Border Patrol saying this. Border Patrol agents determined that a passenger was residing in the United States without the proper immigration status. The subject was transported to the Dania Beach Border Patrol station for further investigation and processing. Greyhound's response: we are required to comply with all local, state, and federal laws and cooperate with the relevant enforcement agencies if they ask to board our buses or enter stations.
Imagine what her family felt, not knowing where she was the entire weekend. A lady, a grandmother, that was literally just taking a trip from Orlando to Miami.
Border Patrol saying this is legal and agents have jurisdiction within 100 miles of the ocean, which is the entire state of Florida. Critics, though, argue in this case, probable cause wasn't there.
She could have literally said, I reserve my right to remain silent and I will not speak with you without an attorney. That's her right. That's everyone's right. Whether you have documents or not, it's your right.
So we do know that the deportation process is underway this morning, but it's not clear exactly how quickly this woman will be sent back to her home country. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Katrina Bush, Today in Florida.